comic head? Do you enjoy coffee?
We do.
So, we're introducing coffee and comics. For the first time, enjoy coffee and comics.
Well, there's a lot to talk about in the comic book world.
Yeah. We got everything from the Snyder Cut to Black Widow to Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Where do you want to start?
Well, I mean, the big topic right now on Disney Plus is the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yes.
I am one episode behind because I went away this weekend, so I did not get to see Friday's release. Plan on watching it tomorrow. I know you're on both episodes. There's only 6 that are being released, 6 or 7.
They cut 3 episodes.
Yeah,
from the original filming of it.
So, there's a lot to talk about there. I think we need to look at that. The Black Widow was supposed to be in May.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be released later now.
They decided to listen to us.
What I like about it is it's going to be released in theaters and on Disney Plus for a premium fee.
Now you can enjoy it in your local theater, which we may do. We're not sure what we're going to do yet.
Or we might sit here
and watch it
in the coffee break room.
Either way, we will definitely give you a review, but I am excited that it seems to me like these comic book people that are the heads of companies are starting to listen to us as well as their narrative of things. We've been pushing for this to be put on theater and Disney Plus. They've been winning with putting stuff in theaters and on Disney Plus with The Last Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
They did very well with the cartoon, and it was actually really good, by the way. Kudos on original cartoon. They've been killing it with Soul and The Last Dragon.
Yeah.
Some original cartoon content. But they listen, and you can watch it either way and enjoy it. It's a huge win for Marvel. It's a huge win. Our second female starring superhero movie on Marvel side, which she is the first superhero of the MCU.
Yeah. I mean, let's just say I think the way Marvel is doing it by the release on Disney Plus the theater, I'm kind of torn which way I want to go now. I was definitely looking forward to the theater, but then I'm thinking, being able to watch it at home, not a bad idea. Good idea for Disney to release it that way. Not only that, but they're opening in Disneyland, Wakanda Land, Wakanda for forever. They're going to be opening that in the next.
They have a whole Marvel area, and I'm dying to go.
I just think the way Disney has what they've done with Marvel since partnering with Stan Lee so many years ago, and taking the reign, and they're really running with it, and they're doing a good job.
I actually just had a conversation about Stan Lee not too long ago. I said, how can one man, so many boys in the world know, but not personally, have such an effect on so many little boys around the world?
And little girls.
And little girls, yes. And even us grown men, till he passed away. I shed a tear when he passed away. He was, especially me, I like to draw, and all that. He definitely, I literally have his drawing book in my bag, and great guy, great mind, and he was very positive guy. He pushed a lot of positivity, and and I just found out when I was watching a biopic of him. Silver Surfer was his anti-racist character.
Really?
Yeah, he built the Silver Surfer to battle prejudice.
I did not know that.
If you read a lot of the content on how he sees things, and he brought up one of the pages that he wrote, and he laughs at humans. He goes, "You human and you're racist. Don't you understand it's bigger than that?" And this is coming from the Silver Surfer, and he says, "I built the Silver Surfer to be bigger than racist."
I think they need to really bring the Silver Surfer out more. I mean, they touched on him briefly with the Fantastic Four and the Silver Surfer years ago.
Yeah.
And it wasn't done well. I don't think so.
I read they have a huge plan for him, and there is a rumor that Keanu Reeves is playing him.
Oh, wow!
And I would be all for it. From what I read, they gave Keanu Reeves the choice of Ghost Rider or Silver Surfer, and he chose Silver Surfer because Keanu Reeves is actually a big Marvel fan.
Yeah,
and they're saying that Norman Reedus from The Walking Dead was their second choice for Ghost Rider.
Nicolas Cage to me is always going to be Ghost Rider.
Even the dude that played the Mexican guy that did the Mexican version of Ghost Rider, Robbie Reyes, I thought he was great too. He doesn't drive the motorcycle; he drives the Charger.
I would drive a moped.
I thought you would drive your glamping mobile.
My golf cart.
Oh man, but Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
I know you haven't seen the second episode, so I'm gonna keep it very spoiler free. But you watched a very small part in this episode, and you realize the damage Bucky has in him. And I'm sitting there and I watched this and I'm just like, this 30-second scene was so powerful. I was like, wow. It literally made me sit down. And there's a second scene in this thing where Marvel, very classy and very in your face, touches the racist issue. And they do it in such a way that you're just like, wow. Thank you Marvel for that one. And it wasn't the over the edge. It wasn't over the edge. It wasn't over the top. It wasn't done distastefully. It was done respectfully. And I was actually very surprised on how they did it. That they even touched that button.
And this is in the comics already, correct?
These are in the comics. They deal with a lot of races and a lot of drugs and stuff like that in the comic books, but movie-wise, they kind of stayed away from it a lot. But they touch on it on the series. And what I'm loving about these two series is you're seeing what they do on a regular basis, and not when what they call the big three. What Falcon calls the big three in this episode. He says we deal with aliens, androids, or wizards. So when you don't have one of the big three, you see what they're doing in their regular life. Sitting around, enjoying, meeting, talking to their regular family. Like, you get to see behind the curtain a little bit on these characters' development.
Yeah, I like that about the first episode that I watched. I mean, they showed the Falcon doing what he does, for the government, and they showed his abilities and his skills, his agility. That you saw it in some of the Avenger movies, but you really see it now. Just like you said about the damage that Bucky can do. I mean, we know that he killed Tony Stark's parents. That was a huge impact.
Oh, no, you see what the damage did to him personally.
Oh, really?
You see how broken he is. And you see the parallel to Cap. Because in this episode, he deals with his counselor. And he literally has a list of everybody he killed.
I saw that he's making amends.
Right? And he's going through, and one of them was Baron Zemo. And he just goes through and he adds people's names, and you can just see and I'm telling you, there's this one scene, and you see it in the trailer where Bucky and Sam are sitting, and they're sitting in front of each other, and the therapist is right here. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Watch that scene carefully, and even my wife was like, that was powerful. Like, you see
I'm gonna have to stay.
why he's upset that Sam didn't keep the shield.
Yeah, I thought the first episode, the way they paid homage to Cap, was incredible.
And John Walker has the most punchable face in the world. And trust me, it doesn't get better.
I still say that is, to me, and like I told you, Chris Evans, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes. I have a question about that. Chris Evans is like when you're looking on Amazon, you see something that you want, and you order it because it looks like Chris Evans. And then the Captain America that they have is kind of like what shows up at your door.
When you order from Wish. Now, I'm not going to ruin the whole thing for the world, but you do find out if Chris Evans is the first Captain America or not.
Really?
I just rattled your head, but yeah, you find out. Because in the comic books, they don't talk about it a lot because Chris Evans was so huge. But before him, there was a Captain America originally. A black character. A black man used to be the Captain America.
Wow.
And this retcons that and fixes it, but puts it in line with everything else.
So
it's
well, my mind's completely blown right now.
I'm telling you, when you watch it, you're gonna text me and be like, you're gonna tell me that scene was amazing with Sam and Bucky right there. It hit me right here on how great that scene was.
Well, let me prelude into this. I saw an advertisement with Chris Evans' face on it.
Mm-hmm.
It also has Brie Larson.
Secret Wars.
Yeah. Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion. Now, you know what the Secret Invasion is, right? Secret Invasion is with the Skrull take on the face of our Avengers. Because the Avengers have to go do something else. But they don't want the world to know. They don't want other beings to know the Avengers aren't there. That's what happens, and that's what starts everything.
So the Skrulls become the Avengers.
So you see Captain America, you think you're talking to Captain America, but it's actually a Skrull.
That's why they have Chris Evans' face.
That's a possibility. Or we don't really know where Cap is at.
Because on the and I'm not ruining anything, so the show's not even out yet. Mm-hmm. But if you look at the advertisement on Instagram, if you follow the MCU on Instagram, you will see the picture is very much Chris Evans, and it has a scroll kind of like through it. So wow.
Now, the first rule of being a comic book fan is what? If they don't have a funeral or you don't see the body,
they're coming back.
They're not dead. And they have not said, specifically have not said, if Cap is dead or alive.
Because he still has the capability to go back. The quantum.
Because here, Bucky is the same age as Cap, right?
Yeah.
And does Bucky look like he's old?
No. Not at all.
So there is a possibility that either one of two things has happened. Cap just has a different serum in him, and he is older. Or the Cap that we've seen was a second Cap in the timeline. Because they always said there was they have hinted of two Captain Americas in the timeline.
Well, there's also the multi-universe.
Yes.
So there's, what universe are you in? They could spin it several different ways. The way Marvel does it. I mean, it's that. I think we talked about this last week. That's what I love about Marvel. They keep you guessing. You have no idea where they're going with anything.
And so, and that's crazy because as an avid comic reader, they could go exactly the way the comic does, or they can take pieces of it and intertwine it with whatever they want to do, just to throw you off course. And that's what's amazing about it.
So we talk about Marvel a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about DC.
Ooh, Snyder, baby.
What's your take on it?
I am #Snyderverse. I watched
Now they're saying there's not going to be a Snyderverse.
They are the same exact group that pushed for this Snyder Cut to be brought to life, which eventually happened. They are pushing for the Snyderverse to be a thing. As well as Henry Cavill said he will come back to be Superman for him. Ben Affleck said he'll come back to play Batman for him.
How can you have Ben Affleck and have Robert Pattinson in the wings getting ready to play, Batman?
Well, the big thing DC is pushing now is multiverse. They have the CW show, which is his own universe.
But the CW just came out and said that they're steering away from doing a multiverse.
They're not, but they are part of the DC multiverse.
Okay.
They're not going to do the multiverse thing anymore on the TV show, but DC is doing a multiverse thing.
Okay.
Where they're going to have their CW show, which is going to have their one storyline that they'll do, and then they'll have a Dark Knight storyline, which Christian Bale is the Dark Knight. Then you have Batman, who's year one Batman. Not year one Batman. He's old Batman, the older Batman, which he is going to have a successor, which I got a tidbit for you for that one. But then you have Robert Pattinson, who's Ben Affleck, but when he was younger.
Wow. Okay.
So Robert Pattinson is year one Batman. When he's figuring things out, Ben Affleck is old him.
So when's Michael Keaton coming into play?
Michael Keaton, they have rumored that he is coming back to reprise his role in the Flashpoint movie for a quick cameo. But they are saying they are putting in progress, and they are talking about doing a Batman Beyond, which he will be old man Batman teaching Terry, what was his, I can't remember what the name was. The new Batman, the all black suit Batman with the red Batman logo.
Okay.
From Batman Beyond cartoon. And then that will be its own universe. So each thing that's not the normal people will be its own multiverse. So they can do different people like that. So you have Joaquin Phoenix can still have another Joker movie, but then they could have what's his name played the Joker on this side of it.
Okay, so you have Joaquin Phoenix who's going to do his sequel to
Joker 2, yeah.
Joker 2. And then you have oh my gosh, Jared Leto's.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Jared Leto's Joker, which, Joaquin Phoenix was dark. It was good. It was its own reprise of the Joker. It shows you how he became the Joker.
Second best Joker, I think.
Yeah, to me, it's still hands down always the Dark Knight Joker.
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger's Joker was by far the best.
Now, Snyder Cut.
Yeah, let's get back to it. I know I kind of took you off.
No, because I'm going to go back to some of the things you said. Jared Leto's Joker was brought back. They did so much better.
He didn't have that stupid look like he did in...
No, he had the Joker messed up paint for the smile. He had the long green hair. He had the SWAT vest on. Like what it was Batman's horror dream where evil Superman takes over the world. And you see that the Joker and Batman made a truce.
To take on.
No, to truce so they don't mess with each other because there's a bigger
threat. And
you see they each have a card. They each have a Joker card. As long as that Joker card is in existence, the truce is still going on. So you see Batman has it on his gun, and the Joker shows it to him. Like, remember, the truce is still on. But when you see Flash mess with time again at that point. So you see the Batcave, and you see Superman holding a dead body. I'm not going to tell you who that dead body is because you still need to watch it. But in the background, you see that he's in the Batcave. And you see Robin's costume in the back.
Oh.
And you see that the same Robin costume from Batman and Superman that had ha 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 ha. So you realize that the Joker actually killed Robin. When there was huge rumor that Robin became the Joker.
Yeah.
but that told you that he killed Robin. So there was the truce. The truce was, you're not going to kill me now because this threat is bigger. And if this threat ever goes down, then the truce is off, and then you can kill me because I killed your best friend. But they have a truce because that thing is a little bigger. They're Thanos, dark side.
You know, I hope they stick with the Snyder cuts.
Movie was so much better.
How'd you do making it through the whole 4 hours? That's my question.
The first hour was a little difficult because it's so much storytelling, so much backstory. Because you get more of Cyborg, you get more of his backstory, which was actually pretty cool. You get a little bit of Wonder Woman's backstory. You get a little bit of the ending of Batman versus Superman, and Superman dying, and you see how everybody across the world heard Superman die, and you see how it touched everybody. You even see what's his name as Lex Luthor.
Okay, which Lex Luthor is it?
It's the same one from Batman.
The skinny guy.
Yeah, I think it was already shot footage that they used.
I don't like him.
I wasn't a big fan of him. That was my one. But the good thing about it is, he's only like a 5-second thing.
Still, Gene Hackman, hands down, best Lex Luthor.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of him, but
of Gene Hackman.
No, of
the gentleman.
Oh, what the hell? The dude from Social Network.
Yeah, I can't think of it. I'm gonna look it up. Yeah. Go ahead. You keep talking. I'm gonna look that up.
So they do such a better job telling the story. Once you get past the first hour, it gets more action packed. After the first hour.
Really?
You see how Batman recruits everybody properly this time. And I thought it was interesting that he recruited everybody as Bruce Wayne and not Batman. I thought that was very telling.
Why do you think that's very telling?
Because the threat was so imminent that he had to show him there's nothing to hide. This is me. I'm Batman.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I need to come to you because this threat is huge.
I'm telling you who I am.
Yeah, and there's the funny scene at the beginning where he tells Aquaman, he goes, "I'm Batman," and he tells him, "I have a bat suit," and the guy goes, "Really, you walk around in a bat suit?"
Yes. Yeah.
But
that was actually in the first Justice League.
But you actually get to see the extended scene of that, and.
Yeah, because that was a quick snip.
Yeah, and the scenes are more detailed. The scenes are more telling. Steppenwolf actually looks better. They redid Steppenwolf's look, and it's more of his scales are armor that retract instead of being his actual body. And he takes that away so you can actually see the vulnerable side of him. It's.
So Jesse Eisenberg was the actor who played Lex Luthor.
It was hands down leaps and bounds. Well, just put it this way. Zack Snyder was Amazon. The other one was The Wish. Yeah.
And that, my friends, concludes our first ever
Mini-pod.
So if you have anything about the comics that you like to talk about, shoot us a message. Instagram, Facebook, Gmail, whatever social media platform you use, we'll find you, we'll get a hold of it, and we'll answer your questions. But above all, thank you for listening to us and letting us come into your home every week.
Comic heads, baby. We're all comic heads. We gotta love it. Be easy, guys. Peace, love, and soul.